all people.
From the lips of all people,
This song we raise, Lord, throughout the endless ages. You will be crowned with praises, Lord, Most High, exalted in every nation, sovereign of all creation, Lord, Most High.
They're printed out in your bulletin. I think it's John and Isaiah. I want to read the Isaiah passage first, and then we will move on to John 1 through 18, and John 9, or I'm going to change 9 to 5 or 9 verse 5 to John 8 verse 12. So you can find John, put your finger there, and then turn to Isaiah chapter 9. Isaiah 9, 1 through 7, and then John chapter 1 and John chapter 8. Let's ask God's guidance as we read His Word. Almighty God, we come before You and we thank You for Your Word. We thank You for the way it reveals who You are and what You've done. It reveals what You call us to. It reveals the perfect plan that You have, that You've revealed, that You've given the call upon us and what to expect. At verse 2 through 7. Isaiah writes, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who dwell in the land of deep darkness, on them has light shone. You have multiplied the nation, You have increased its joy. They rejoice before You as with joy at the harvest, as they are glad when they divide the spoil. For the yoke of His burden and the staff of His shoulder and the rod of His oppressor You have broken as on the day of Midian. For every brute from the trampling warrior in battle tumult, and every garment rolled in blood will be burned as fuel for the fire. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon His shoulder, and His name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of His government and of the peace there will be no end. On the throne of David and over His kingdom, to establish it and uphold it with justice and with righteousness from this time forth and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this." And now turning to the Gospel of John. We'll read verse 1 through 18. The Apostle John writes, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, yet the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who received him, who all believed in his name, he gave the right to become